Well, I'm back.
Yes.
It's been a long journey this time. It's been about 3.5 months, but I'm back now. I'm back.
Yes.
Done with everything. Done with the Jerusalem Battalion. Got it up and running. Not done with, just started with the Jerusalem Battalion, but done with the official 2-week launch of training exercises. So I'm done with all that, and I'm back.
Yeah, done with being out of home, far away from home.
Yeah.
Finally, you come back.
Now I'll just be going for short spurts.
Yes.
Well, this week's an exciting week. It looks like the Israeli government made a new decision to finally go into Gaza and take over as a conquering force, so to say. And lots of things have been happening also with Hezbollah in the northern Lebanon. Let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
TGR News, broadcasting from the State of Israel.
Welcome back to TGR News.
Hello.
Thank you guys so much. This whole time when I was gone, and Ola was here, being able to take care of all of the people with a place, with the food stocked up in the place, to take care of all of these families that we take care of and grow while in the middle of it all, is all because of your guys' support, your guys' obedience to the Lord.
Yes.
To send your support to the nation of Israel and help these people, these precious people of the Lord, the apple of His eye. Amen. So it's just an amazing thing to be a part of that you guys are doing. It's just, it really is something. You know, we are not only on YouTube now, we're also on OnlySource. So we usually have links. We always have links under all of our videos if you're watching us on YouTube. But if you're watching us on OnlySource, you can go to thegoldenreport.com. Thegoldenreport.com on your web browser, and you can find us if you feel like the Lord's leading you in any way to be a part of this ministry and to help the people of Israel. The Jerusalem Battalion is a big thing we're doing now. It's just amazing to see how the Lord is using us.
Yes.
It's humbling and it's wonderful to be used so much by the Lord. It's just I'm blessed. We're blessed.
Yes.
We love you guys. So thank you. Thank you guys. Don't forget, if you want to join us, it's thegoldenreport.com. Let's get started. We started this week off with a video coming out of Gaza with one of our hostages looking like a Holocaust survivor. He was literally skin and bones, saying how he does not eat because there is no food in Gaza. Then, of course, began to talk about the Israeli government is at fault and to blame for all of this, while the Hamas terrorists that are holding them are fed very well. This video was released, by the way, on the 666th day of the hostages being held. 666. Yeah. Also, this was the Tisha B'Av, the day, all of that. That's pretty symbolic, if you ask me. Day 666, and it was Tisha B'Av, the day that we remember the falling of the first and second temple. Hostages that have been brought back home spoke out finally, because they haven't been speaking out very much lately, saying that they were always being held by their captors, that they were eating like kings with all of the food that they stole from the humanitarian aid. Speaking of the Holocaust, an interesting thought is that during World War II in Nazi Germany, there were Germans that helped Jews escape, but in Gaza, for the past 2 years, there has not been one Gaza citizen who came forward to help tell us where our hostages are being held, to help the hostages escape, to help the hostages anything. There hasn't been one Gaza citizen in all this time who, even in Nazi Germany, there were Germans who did the right thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you brought this up, it's important to notice that civilian population not have the same ideology as Hamas. Hamas is Gaza, Gaza is Hamas. In every house, you as IDF soldiers also know that, and many other soldiers speak about it. In every house, you'll find weapons, you'll find like books, Mein Kampf of Hitler, you'll find different things like glorifying the martyrs,
Yep.
the terrorists on the walls. It's in their literature.
Absolutely.
It's in their schools.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
I'll give you some more interesting facts. The Gaza people have had protests against Hamas during these past 2 years.
Yeah.
They have had protests against Hamas, not because they want Hamas to stop. They actually protest against Hamas usually because Hamas doesn't attack Israel enough, and they want Hamas to be more of an attacking force against the state of Israel. You know, so that's also a very interesting thought.
So yeah, so it's important to say that not only Hamas eat like kings, and Gaza is flooded with food. There's no starvation in Gaza. Gaza
That's right.
is just food speaking, not destruction. Food speaking, food-wise, Gaza is just like any other country, normal country, that have some poor people and have some rich people, have people who eat more and have people who eat less. But there's no people dying from starvation in Gaza. The only people, the pictures that the world see are usually from sick children and sick people that have terminal diseases, very rare diseases, that also their parents and the civilians of Gaza and Hamas using them, they're abusing those sick people for their purposes to show that they're starving.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Think about it, how twisted and sick those people's minds are.
That's right.
But yeah, well, you mentioned Tisha B'Av. Speaking about Tisha B'Av, it's 9 of month Av,
Yeah.
Jewish month Av.
That's what the holiday means. Tisha
Yes,
is
Tisha is
9,
nine.
Be in Av, the month
Yes,
Av. Yeah.
and as you said, it's a mourning. We mourn the fall of two, first and second temples. As usual, there was many praying all night and day at the Western Wall in the Kotel, and also there was flags in Judea and Samaria with the third temple soon. Flag.
Yeah. But the third temple will be built soon.
Yeah, that's what we're praying and
Yeah.
what want to happen. And what are times we live in?
It's crazy.
It's just
it's
unbelievable.
Every time you just
Right?
look around.
Yeah, and even though there's no change in the status quo recently, in which Jews and Christians have finally been able to, we've been able to pray on the Temple Mount without being kicked off.
Which is a huge change that's happened a while ago. That's a
and
huge
it just
change.
happened, last year?
Yeah, but what you're saying, what you started to say was there's no change in the last month or two. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But before that, you remember we made video in the
And
Temple
we got
Mount?
kicked off.
Yeah.
We go look at our video on the Temple Mount and you'll see we got kicked
And
off.
we wasn't being praying. We just filmed the video, just like a regular video,
That's right.
just talking, and they didn't like it. The
That's right.
Jordanian WAC, which is in charge, and they kicked us off. Yeah.
That's
So there is exciting, amazing times that we live in. The red heifer, the Temple Mount, changing status quo. The things moving slowly, and that's exciting.
It is exciting. It is exciting times, exciting things happen. Every time you turn on the news, something
Yeah,
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put out a video where we talk about the dominoes. We can see it's so clear you can see how the dominoes are being placed, right? Israel has basically two choices in the near future. One, the first choice, we can just cut our losses and go into Gaza as a conquering force and just completely take over the entire Gaza Strip, taking out all of Hamas, leaving none of them left without being able to get our hostages back. Okay, well, when I say not being able to, I mean the chances we'll get them back alive is very, very slim in that first choice.
Yeah.
Or the second choice is to finish this war without taking out Hamas and hoping that maybe we will get the hostages back dead and alive. The second choice would be the worst of the two, of course, for the state of Israel and for everyone involved in this thing. While the first choice would give us the best chance to put a stop to the threat from Gaza for once and for all, the fact is that we haven't been in real war in Gaza for a long time. We just call it a war. It's more like the continuing threat and like a situation we have like in Judea and Samaria. We've just been calling it a war. People just, because it started as a war. It was a war, but it's just a continual taking out terrorists,
Operation after operation.
Operation after, just like in Judea and Samaria. No one's saying that, what I just said right now out loud. And probably some people, it'll strike them kind of odd to say we haven't been in a war in a while. But we have. Israel has not been in a war in a long time. We've just been doing operations. But just recently, when I say just recently, I mean like a few hours ago, Israel, the government made a new decision to go in and do the first choice. Sort of.
Always.
Yeah, sort of. They're starting with Gaza City, not the Gaza Strip, Gaza City. And they're going to take over as a conquering force there, take over the Gaza City and other strongholds along the Gaza Strip where they believe they are holding our hostages. And as a conquering force. Now, the thing is you've seen the videos a little bit that I've been able to put out from inside Gaza when I was in Gaza. Most of half of Gaza is leveled. So we've taken over all of that. And most of the other half that's not leveled and not conquered is the strongholds that the government's talking about that we're going to take over. So you just about could say we will take over almost all of the Gaza Strip.
Yeah. The only problem I see is since the beginning of the war, it maybe will sound not human to some people. Human, right? But Israel is not, the state of mind of Israel is not to win the war. The state of mind of Israel is to push Hamas for another deal. And this is our problem from the beginning. We always think, maybe we'll do this, and the reaction of Hamas will be this. Instead of looking at Hamas, we have to go and do the things that we're supposed to do. And if Hamas on the way, it will make Hamas to bring him to the another deal, that will be great.
Yep.
And we always look at Hamas. Even now, when they're going to conquer the city of Gaza, we'll stop. Will Hamas come to the deal? If not, we'll continue to the camps or strongholds in Middle Gaza. And it's wrong.
Yeah, I think it's wrong. You're absolutely correct.
Well, the decision that the government made yesterday is still not really talking about what's going to happen with the hostages. The families of the hostages are devastated because they know
they pretty much know this is a death warrant for their loved ones.
Really, really dangerous for whoever is still alive there. But and they starved and they mentally just think more than 2 years.
I'll give you some train of thought where the government I believe is and why they've decided to go ahead and go in and take these hostages and take the chance with the hostages. We know for a fact, every time you go back and look at every time Hamas released our hostages, they're fed, there's a little bit of weight on them. And we know that they almost force feed them for a couple of weeks before they release them so that they look that way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they starve them like the video we just saw this past week. So the fact that we see videos coming out where they look like Holocaust survivors, we know the mindset of Hamas for sure. They're not going to let hostages out anytime soon. Because if they thought they were going to let hostages out, they'd be feeding them so that they look healthy.
Yes.
So the correct mindset that they're in right now is like, okay, well, I see they're not planning on letting them out, so let's go in and take it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's go north, North Israel. Yesterday, an official decision has been made in Lebanese parliament to disarm Hezbollah. That was the direction that we were going all the way, but now it's official. The Lebanese parliament voted to disarm Hezbollah. The Lebanese army will come with a specific plan. The only military power in Lebanon will be the army, the Lebanese army, which will control also the southern Lebanon, this is the area that we usually have Hezbollah on. In return, Israel will withdraw from the 5 points we still occupy in Lebanon.
Yeah.
And USA and other countries will help Lebanese economy rebuild, redo, because there's a lot of
Great
destruction. Yes, that's great news. Looks like a good decision, but right after that, Hezbollah militants, terrorists,
Yeah.
and supporters pour into the streets with violent protests,
Okay.
and it looks like they even threaten with civil war. I don't know what's going to happen. But
Well, and it might be a little bucking, and it might be a little difficult, but it's good. Let's get rid of Hezbollah once and for
Yes.
all. The Lebanese people, the people of Lebanon are not like the people of Gaza. The people of Lebanon, they're old, especially the
Most of them.
adults there. They remember a time where we had great peace between us, and people used to go and do vacations in Beirut, which
Yeah.
was called the Paris of the Middle East. Which, if they go back to those days, it might be just called Paris now, because actual Paris is no longer
not Paris.
It's not Paris. It's some kind of Arab nation.
yeah, now when you say to somebody it's Paris of something, they say, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
that
So now we just call it Paris if they come back.
Yes,
Just
just-
move the Eiffel Tower.
Yes,
Yeah.
and just like people of Iran, the people of Iran still remember the ties that Iran was Western and modern, and it have a good ties also with Israel, and they were okay. Until the Islamists, the Islamic Revolution, the people who destroy every society they went into.
Amen. You know,
just-
look, it's amazing to see what the Lord's done in this part of the world, in the Middle East. You know, just a year ago, it looked like we had so many enemies stacked up against us, and that Israel might not be able to handle it. But we've gotten Hezbollah to this position. We've completely destroyed and taken out any kind of military presence in Syria. Iran is no longer this big threat that it used to be. You know, it's just amazing to see all of this.
Yes.
You know, it is. The
Yes.
Lord is amazing.
Amazing, God is
Oh,
good.
like you mentioned before, wow, what times we live in.
Yes.
What times we live in. Amen.
On the other hand, like we mentioned Paris, the anti-Semitism all over the world is rising. and
Which is
rising
also
and rising.
prophetic.
We know it's
That's
gonna
also,
be
that's part of the times that we live in. And it's going to do nothing but get worse.
Worse and
And
worse
that's it.
and worse.
So there's no reason to be surprised about it.
I'm
right?
not surprised, but it's still like
It's going to get worse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do what you got to do to get ready for it. It's going to get worse.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. So,
I have you.
we're here getting battalions ready to fight against it all. Amen.
Amen.
Well, thank you guys for everything you guys do. It really is an amazing thing that you guys are part of here with us. It's just wow, really, really amazing. You know, you have anything you want to say?
That's it.
Don't forget to join us on thegoldenreport.com. And until next time,
Shabbat shalom.
God bless.